morning. It's the first of our She Stories today, and we've got the beautiful Nicole Peterson here with us today. You'll know Nicole because she is the founder of She Styl'n. It's been around, I think we worked out, for about 24 years now.
Yes. Wow.
So we're going to ask Nicole a few questions and just get to the background of She Styl'n. So I think the first thing we wanted to ask is, what was it that you wanted to be when you were a little girl?
Well, it wasn't a makeup artist. I was a tomboy. So lots of sports. I wanted to be either a PE teacher or a physio. But then I had to look into how long you had to study to be a physio, and I thought, I want to be outdoors.
Yeah.
So, something to do with the sporting field. Not makeup, not beauty. It was my parents that actually persuaded me into doing a diploma of beauty therapy. So I thank them.
And how did they do that?
So when I left school, my parents believed that having some time off wasn't the best thing. So you might as well just... No gap year. Mm-hmm. Go for it. So I did a diploma of beauty therapy back in 1994, but back then it was actually an associate diploma of beauty therapy. And then I did some other training and it became a diploma. And while I was doing that, my lovely parents pushed me into doing a deportment and modelling course, because my father thought that I walked like an athlete and I needed to walk like a lady, which I thank them for, because it actually gave me some confidence, because I had no confidence when I was growing up. And so I did my deportment class and never looked back.
And who did you do your class through?
I did my class through Buckingham School of Modelling. Oh, Kathy Tabbert, I love you. And Kathy Tabbert was my teacher, and she was like a mentor to me. And they had the school, but then you can also go on and do the modelling as well, which I did. And then with the makeup and the hair and the beauty side of things, kind of all helped me in the modelling industry. Yes.
So have you had other jobs other than makeup artist?
I did, yes. I actually left the makeup and beauty industry for a short period of time and became a flight attendant. But I still was doing a little bit of makeup in between. But before I actually got into the makeup side of things, I was a fashion stylist and self-taught.
Yeah. And
that's where the name She Styl'n was born, because I wanted a name that represented woman, she, and styling, and I thought with that name anything can fall underneath it. Absolutely. It wasn't just honing in on Nicole's makeup or Nicole Beauty. It was She Styl'n, and She Styl'n can be anything.
It opens the doors.
That's exactly right. Yes.
Fantastic. So you started with the styling, and then it just moved to hair and makeup and everything as well?
That's it. So after I finished my deportment and grooming class, I started doing some modelling. And then Kathy asked me to become one of the trainers there at Buckingham School of Modelling. So I became one of their main trainers. So I was also teaching fashion styling with them, hair and makeup, catwalk. And then I started doing the hair, the makeup, the fashion styling for their modelling agency with all the girls. So not only was I modelling, teaching, but I was also doing the hair and makeup and styling behind the camera as well. So I was really busy. I
can imagine.
Yeah.
So that kept you busy. So when you were a makeup artist, what was your favourite thing about it?
How I made people feel. Mm-hmm. That was the main thing. To walk away from a job or finish someone's face and they say, wow, I've never thought I could look this beautiful. That was what I got off on, And I love transforming faces. Mm-hmm. I love transforming faces. So
That's awesome.
It was more of a how I made people feel, which I guess, gave me the passion to make this business work.
And not just about the physical outlook as well, but how you embodied them with encouragement as well.
That's exactly right. Makeup industry is very superficial.
A
little. And look, I love makeup. I love hair products. I love changing someone's look.
Yeah.
But to actually make someone look in the mirror and say, wow, is that me?
Mm-hmm.
I've never felt this beautiful before. That was it for me.
Felt beautiful, not look beautiful.
Not look beautiful,
yeah.
felt.
Yeah, absolutely. So if that was your highlight, what was it you probably didn't love so much about being a makeup artist?
People coming in that weren't makeup artists telling me how to do my job.
Mm-hmm.
And look, I was open to suggestions, you know. I learned a lot of things from people that weren't in the industry. There wasn't that much that I didn't like.
Not the 4 a.m. mornings?
Oh, yeah. Well, look, as a flight attendant, I was getting up. I'm used to getting up early. I'm an early riser. Just big days, really. Only because of my own fault. I never said no.
Yeah.
I can do that. Yes, I'd love to do that. Yes. And so, just exhaustion.
No is important. So do you want to share with everybody why you got out of the business?
Okay, so it took a lot of sleepless nights.
It was a big decision.
Yeah. And everyone was saying, why? Why are you leaving? You're so good at it. You've worked hard.
Yeah.
And
nearly a quarter of a century.
I know. I know. I miss it.
Yeah.
But it's like anything, you change, you evolve.
Mm-hmm.
And my point of change was when I got Ross River virus last year.
Yeah.
And that's a very cruel virus, I might add.
Yeah.
It's from a mosquito, it's not contagious.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it kind of, being that unwell, it made me think what's important to me.
Mm-hmm.
And in my own business, when I have my own business, I put everyone else first, and I wasn't putting myself first.
Yeah.
So when I got very sick, it just made me think it's time to put myself first. It's time to put my family first. And
that's huge.
It is, yes. Put myself first is huge because it's...
As women, we don't.
We don't.
We put everybody else first.
That's exactly right. So I just thought, you know what, there's two things I can do. I can either let She Styl'n slowly close down, pack my little kit in the garage and forget about it. And I thought, no, I've worked too hard to make this just extinct. So I put it out there.
You did.
And you took over, which I'm so happy. I'm so lucky and blessed to have you and your beautiful family, your beautiful girls, take over. And I love the fact that you're going to give it a different twist. There's so many hair and makeup artists out there, but there's not many hair and makeup artist business that is not only talking about hair and makeup work, but actually showing women and telling women and inspiring women to be beautiful from the inside out.
Yeah.
And I love what you're doing with the business.
Thank you.
So for me, closing the chapter and passing on to you was easy because I knew that it was in good hands.
Thank you. Do you want to share a little bit about Ross River and what it's like having it and what you've done to heal from it, what you found necessary? Like you said, putting yourself first was one of the things. Is there something that, for somebody else going through it at the moment, because there's bound to be somebody watching that knows someone or has it themselves, what is it that you found helped the healing process the most, besides finally finding out? And do you have advice on people who have something that they're unsure about because it took you so long to have it diagnosed? You thought it was a chemical reaction to a tan.
Yes.
So can you advise people on the best way to go about looking after themselves or maybe being diagnosed?
Okay, so With Ross River, for myself, it presented as a rash after I tried a new spray tan product. And so for me, I thought I was having a chemical reaction.
Naturally, yep.
And it took 7 doctors and 6 blood tests for them to work out that I had Ross River. I never gave up. They would give me my steroids and my sleeping pills and say, off you go, Nicole, it will fix itself. Yeah. And I just thought, no, there's something, you've got to go with your gut feeling.
Absolutely.
So, long story short, I had it for a year. It took me 4.5 months to actually find an amazing naturopath. So if anyone is going through Ross River and they would like my naturopath's details, I would love to share. He's in Mudgeeraba. Peter Edwards, vitality.com.au. Fantastic. He is all about treating the virus properly from the beginning. So it was a plant-based diet. It was a full-on juice detox. Yeah. It was time out. It was time sitting in the sun. Something I've never done for such a long time.
Because we're told stay out of the sun. It's bad for you. It's not, by the way.
It's not. Morning sun. So this whole journey of getting better was meant to happen, really. Meant to happen. So, and you know, changing the whole household environment to chemical free.
Yes.
And everything was chemical free, and you know, getting my hair dyed now with a lady who uses chemical free. Everything's natural, which, hey, beforehand I was having a spray tan every week.
Yeah.
I was getting lashes put on,
yeah.
You know, like chemical. And now it's, I've just, look after yourself.
Yeah.
So anyone who's going through Ross River, you will get better. You need to treat it properly from the beginning, and you're not alone. And there's so many Ross River sufferers pages, and links and forums on Facebook as well.
And did you find that helpful?
Yes.
To talk to somebody else who was experiencing it. I'm not going mad.
Exactly right. Yes, because you turn into an old lady overnight. And many times I'd find myself sitting in the bathtub crying, going, what is happening to me? I was such a vibrant, active, career-driven woman, and now I'm just a shell. And so I've had to
almost reinvent yourself.
And in the process, I worked out what was important to me, and it was getting out of the industry and following a new path.
Yeah. And do you want to expand on your new path?
Oh, I'm in the automotive industry now.
Chalk and cheese.
So we've gone into business with my husband. He's had his business established now for a little while, and we have an online car sale business, and we work from home, which gives me more time to spend with my children, which are 3 dogs. And
by the way, I think we'll pop all these links down in the comments for the naturopath, for the car business. So anything that you want to know, just have a look in the comments afterwards.
Lovely. Awesome.
Yeah. And so, greatest passion. What is it that makes your heart sing?
Animals.
Yeah.
Yes. My husband and I, we couldn't have children, and people will say, "Oh, I'm so sorry. I feel sorry for you." Not at all, because we do a lot of great things with animals, mainly dogs, overseas with the Soy Dog Foundation. Soy, SOI, stands for street. It's a Thai word for street, so Street Dog Foundation. And I'm a dog mum, and I love it. And I love giving time, money. We do a lot of volunteer work in Thailand with the Soy Dog Foundation. So my passion is animals. My passion is health. Helping people recover from, whether it's Ross River or mental health. There's so much mental health issues. Young girls feeling depressed or self-worth. Just want to help people.
Yeah. And with the Soy Dog Foundation, when did you first go to Thailand to be a part of that?
It would have been about 5 years ago. A friend of mine, she sponsors a lot of the dogs and looks at, does the bears and the elephants, and she put me onto Soy Dogs, and it was a lovely couple. How Soy Dogs began, it was a lovely couple moved to Thailand to to retire, saw these sick and injured dogs, and then started bringing them into their home. And the next minute they had this shelter. And so lovely people, and you know where your money's going.
Yeah.
Sometimes people get a little bit worried about donating
for
to
sure.
foreign, but very honest, very beautiful.
So is it just a financial contribution you can make, or if you're travelling to Thailand, is there something you can take that's helpful?
Yes, so you can sponsor a dog. With She Styl'n, I was sponsoring 2 dogs at the time, and just like you're doing with
Compassion.
Yes, with Compassion. And then I was going over there. I spent a month there doing some volunteer work, and it's lovely because you just hang there with the animals, and it was just beautiful. So you can just volunteer monetary wise, or you can go and just do one day.
Yeah.
And the idea of the volunteer is to bring faith and give the dogs hope that humans can be nice.
Because they're meeting all kinds of humans.
That's exactly right. And our role is to give the dog confidence back into the human race. So then when they're at that stage, they can fit into a family. Because we mother them, we touch them, we wash them, we walk them, then they can be then put into a
so
family.
They are rehomed?
Yes, rehomed all over the world.
Oh, wow.
Except Australia, because we have strict quarantine regulations.
Okay, yeah.
Otherwise, I would have 20 Thai dogs.
I can imagine you might, yes. So growing up, did you have a hero? Was there a role model that you had?
I think it was more like the athletes, because I was track and field. So just the sprinters, the long jumpers. I didn't really have one hero. I found hero and inspiration in lots of people I met. So I never really had, of course, Wonder Woman, I loved her. But I get inspiration off people I meet in the street. So it doesn't have to be someone that everyone knows.
Yeah, not necessarily someone that you've got up on a pillar, but more
just, I take a piece of everyone.
Yeah.
And I go, oh, I love his quality, oh, I love her quality.
Because everybody has something to offer, and I think we forget that. We think that you've got to have achieved something amazing to be worthy in society, whereas everybody has a story.
That's exactly right.
So what advice, if you could go back to your younger self when you were starting out, 18, 19-year-old, what advice would you give yourself?
Be gentle.
Be gentle?
Be gentle on yourself. You don't need to build an empire overnight.
But we all want it yesterday.
I know. And these days it's all like,
It is very
instant. Rome wasn't built in a day. Be kind on yourself. Be gentle. Learn to say no. Have a day off.
So set good boundaries.
That's exactly right. And don't put so much pressure on ourselves. It's so easy to say, but we all do. We judge ourselves all the time. And I think I'd probably say to myself, just it's okay. It's all going to work out in the end because you have the passion, okay, and you have the knowledge. You need to get the confidence, but that will come with experience. So it's okay. It's okay to make mistakes.
Yeah. So that's the same kind of advice you'd give to someone starting out in the industry?
Absolutely.
Any warnings?
I guess the biggest warning is just how you treat people.
Yeah.
Okay, because the word travels. So be yourself.
Be authentic.
Be authentic. Don't copy anyone else. Just be you. Because being you and having the passion, it's a recipe for success.
Which brings me perfectly to my next question, which you didn't know. What does success look like for you?
Happiness. Balance. And it's taken me to 41 years old to realise that. Back when I had the business, there was no balance.
Yeah.
Every day I was thinking about, how can I make this bigger? How can I make this better? What can I do? What can I do something different? Not like go out and have a cup of tea and sit in the sun and just be you and, just...
Yeah, so enjoy life as well.
Exactly right. Yes.
Fabulous. Well, thank you so much. I think that's been really informative.
Thanks for having me.
We may have further announcements down the track, but for the moment, that's just, we'll see.
Watch this space.
Absolutely. So thank you very much. That was the first of our She Stories, and hopefully we're going to have many, many more to come. So we love you, we bless you, and until next time, bye-bye.
Bye.